What's going on, people? Welcome to Man Knows Football. You're here with myself, Guni, and with Younes, and I am doubly in a happy mood today. I'm not going to lie to you. But before we get into it, make sure you do like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. You get me? Also, share this. We are on the road to 10K. Help us make it happen. Thank you very much for 6K, which we reached last week. But we're going to start off with yesterday's game. I know everybody's waiting to hear about the news that's come out today about the official bid. Apparently, it's official that has gone in for Chelsea Football Club from the Saudi media group. We're going to be discussing that myself with Younes. But first, we're going to have to remember that the boys played the game yesterday. There's still football happening on the pitch. And boy, oh boy, Younes, yesterday, what a game that was. A lot of talking points. A lot of talking points. I want to start off by saying, because I don't want to forget Newcastle and how good they played, because I'll get lost in that and forget about them. So Newcastle, clearly they turned up to the bridge. They had the game plan. They didn't mind us having possession. They were quite comfortable with that. They sat back quite a bit in the game. They allowed us to have set pieces, and they were happy for us to have that. They were dealing with them well. The few times that they did break forward, though, they had a few clear-cut opportunities. They look dangerous. I've got to respect Eddie Howe and the game plan that he went with. But then, obviously, on the 88th or 89th minute, around that time, Kai Havertz. Oh, my goodness. But you know what? We'll start with the ball from Jorginho. The vision, the execution. And then for me, what the icing on the cake was, it was the touch from Kai Havertz to just control that. Before just definitely putting that away, mate, it was just a quality finish. But let's talk about yesterday's game, Younes. What did you think of it?
Bro, Kai Havertz, man, that he took two touch personally with that, literally touch, finish, done. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. I mean, look, it wasn't the best game. Started off really well. The first 10-15 minutes, I thought we looked electric, and then it just began to go into the distance. We didn't have a shot. It just started to look plain and flat. And Newcastle, on the other hand, was just getting better and better and getting stronger defensively. So it was tough. But shout out to Eddie Howe. Shout out to Newcastle. Thought they did, because they nearly executed it. You have to even say they could have had a penalty. They should have probably had a penalty. So there were things that didn't go in their favour, but all the way up until the last minute, especially that second half, it was a case of, look, we haven't had a shot on target. Let's just get a shot on target. Chances are we might win this 1-0, and it took into 88. And kind of the story of Chelsea's week, really, isn't it? It's all last grasp. I mean, even the women yesterday scored in the last minute. Before we scored in the last minute, the women were playing. They got a last-minute goal. Then we ended up getting a last-minute goal. And right now, it looks like we're about to get last-minute bids, and it's about to turn into a madness. So you know what? It's happy days. Happy days.
Hey, Younes, don't start with me. Yeah, you know what happened before this live stream? The voice notes were off the flipping chain. Hey, people, I was going absolutely sick over the phone to Younes, but we're gonna come on to that. But yeah, do you know what? Trevor Chalobah, uncharacteristically a bit extra aggressive yesterday, was lucky not to concede the penalty, as you said. Gave away, in fact, lucky to not get a few decisions. So but that's uncharacteristic from him. But again, a young player, do you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't feel that he was too comfortable playing that right back position, to be honest with you. I think the sooner he gets back to his centre back position, the better. But outside of that, I thought N'Golo Kante, I thought he had a very good game. What I was looking for from N'Golo Kante was how he would retain possession and not really give away the ball like he did last time. I thought he did that well. I thought he broke up play very well in their final third. Obviously, the transitioning runs forward. We saw almost for the second goal, N'Golo Kante was the one that transitioned that ball to, I believe it was Kai Havertz. Yeah, it was Kai Havertz who made the run and almost scored the second. So another good game from N'Golo Kante, not as many mistakes. Jorginho, it was nice to see some aggression from him. I think, do you know what? I noticed an extra bit of fight and aggression in the lads yesterday. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, there were.
Yeah, there definitely was. And I think Jorginho was the one that really personified it for me. And even Kai Havertz to an extent, because I don't really expect that level of aggression from them. Do you know what I mean, Younes? But speaking of the king, bro. Speaking of King Kai, Younes, I'll let you do the honors. I'll let you do the honors on King Kai. But hold on, before you do the honors, I have to read the super chat before I forget.
Go for it.
The Chelsea hate in the UK media is insane. We're gonna come on to those. You see the title in the video. We're gonna come on to them. Hold your horses, trust me. But Younes, go on.
Bro, yeah, Kai Havertz, man. What's it? 5 games now, 5 goals. I mean, he's flying. Assists, all sorts. Yeah, Kai. Look, he's blatantly shown now that he is a big game player. Simple as that. When we need him, he shows up. When the going gets tough, he shows up. When we need someone to pull through, he shows up. And the lad's only 22. I said this on my watch long yesterday, bro. I can't wait to see what he's going to be like when he's 25, 26, 27 in his prime. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, but right now, he's on another planet. And especially compared to the other forwards that we have, you see Kai Havertz just doing everything correctly. Everything's correct. So long may it continue, man. Especially as we come to the end of the season. This is where we need it most. FA Cup, get into the latter stages, Champions League, get into the latter stages. If Kai Havertz can keep this up until the end of the season, we'll be all right. We'll be all right. We will be all right. So, yeah, man, Kai Havertz, fantastic in every way.
I mean, look, for anybody watching, I like to say, young players, definitely. I definitely like to look at technique. I've said this several times. And even if you look at Kai Havertz's movement before that ball was played in, look at his awareness. He saw the space that was in behind him. And this is the thing. The goalkeeper really should have come out and narrowed the space, but he didn't. Kai was able to identify that. When he made the run, he checked his run. It was A, to see the pace of the ball first, and B, to throw off his defender. Because you see, when he got into that box, Lewis Dunk was beaten. He was gone. Oh, whoever. No, sorry.
You mean Burn.
Not Dunk, Burn. Yeah, he was.
I get mixed up between them.
Yeah,
as well.
He was beaten, dusted. Took that touch, finish. The sequence to that goal, even just rolling it back to Jorginho, just to have the presence and the vision to know that Kai was going to take that space and he was going to be on the same wavelength. That there is just world-class football 101. In my honest opinion, especially when you've been battling for 87, 88 minutes and you've not found an answer. It takes a lot of resilience and a lot of concentration to still be able to spot that. And that is actually the difference between the top class players and the ones that are average and that are not quite there. So I thought I would say that about the goal. Yeah, definitely, people, if you're just coming in, make sure you smash the like button. And if you are new, make sure you do subscribe. We are on the road to 10K. Exeter 1985, big up yourself for the super chat. The new owners will be the Younes Man Knows Football Group. Why did you tell the people? We were supposed to keep this a secret. Man. Younes, our cover has been blown.
Bruv, we had stashed net worth just sitting there, no one knew about, and now everyone knows, man. Come on.
Oh man, yeah, it was no secret. We'll come on to the secret bid later on. We'll definitely come on to the secret bid. But no, definitely a positive performance, and the Kai Havertz celebration as well. I ain't gonna lie to you, I felt that in my chest. You see that celebration, that goal meant everything to him and the fans.
That was wild.
Yeah.
In these circumstances as well, it meant more.
And it's just going back to what you were saying at the beginning of the stream. It's just like the nature of which it happened. It's just like you're in the last round and like everyone's looking and thinking that's it, down and out. And then just in time, bang, we're back and we're back stronger. So hopefully this form is going to mirror what's coming later on at Chelsea Football Club. Hopefully what's coming to Chelsea Football Club. But no, definitely, I think yesterday, first half, we went at the races. Second half, we did a bit better. And before we move on to the next subject, I do want to kind of ask you, do you think Lukaku's inclusion was a factor in Kai Havertz's goal? Because I've heard a few takes that have said that, because they've come with the argument that, with Lukaku having his presence that he has up there, the defenders obviously have to be mindful of him.
I want to say yes and no, because after watching it yesterday, yes, at times you could see the two centre-backs drawing towards him, both at the same time. But no, in the lead up to the goal, Burn was marking Havertz. That was all Burn and Havertz beat Burn. Simple as that. So, in terms of whether it would have been Lukaku, it would have been Werner or someone else, it's still that centre back marking Havertz that he was doing all game, to the point, with the elbow, Burn going crazy at him, wanting a punch up and all of that. Like they were going at each other throughout the whole game prior to Lukaku. So when it gets to the goal itself, I think it was just a one-on-one. But in terms of the way that Lukaku got brought on, yes, I think Tuchel meant to bring him on to try and attract some attention. And I think he did just by being there. As I said in my review yesterday, in terms of Lukaku, there were things that I didn't understand. But in terms of certain run or certain moves or the way that he was attracting defender, like, was the whole point of him coming on just to do that? Because it might have been. It might have been. But yeah, in terms of the goal, though, no, I think that was just Havertz beating Burn and putting him in his place because he needed that.
No, facts. And I'm not trying to rattle the cage even further with the Lukaku situation, but my brother Shane, the investor, he has asked a question that I've been asked quite a few times. Do you think Timberland Lukaku would have scored that? Do you know what, Shane? Let's ask the chat. Do you think Lukaku would have had the technique to take that touch and put it behind the net in the fashion of which Kai Havertz did so expertly yesterday? Let us know your answer in the chat before we give you our answer. I'd like to know what everybody thinks.
This is I've got my answer all sorted. I know exactly what I'm going to say.
Hey, poor Lukaku, man. Poor Lukaku. It's just not in his locker, is it? Yeah, we're getting
basically.
We've got hell no, way, no, low on confidence, and in a
couple
bad
of
form.
yeses.
Listen, I think. My guy, he said yes. Oh, fair play.
There's 2 yeses.
Someone went against the grain. No, low on confidence and in a bad form. I don't even think that can help him, mate. Even on a good form, he ain't making that touch. I don't think. Lukaku wouldn't finish that chance. Not a chance. Yep.
Like, no, facts. Look, like, would he have taken a touch? Yes. Where would that have touch gone? To the advertising board.
Exactly.
Like, he would have tried to bring it down and it would have gone off.
Oh, speaking of touches,
and then sorry, he would have turned around and go.
They would have done his shoelaces. Hey, speaking of touches, did you see Timo Werner's attempt at a touch when he could have been through on goal?
This is what I mean, bruv. Look, we speak about Lukaku on one extreme, and then you get Werner on the other extreme.
Oh my!
And it's the same end result, but this guy is like, bruv. He moves, he does run, he can't control, bruv. He can't dribble, he can't pass. Like, mate, oh man! But he's such a nice guy. This is what conflicts me, bruv. He's such a nice guy, and I feel like, oh man,
that's why I feel bad. But you know what? Yeah, I was doing the live stream. And as soon as I saw that ball go over the top, I got so excited. But then when I saw the blonde hair and the turbo shoes, I was like, oh, mate. And just on point, just right off his knee. And it was a thumbs up, turn around. Let's get back to I was so pissed off. I was like, you got to control that. You got to control that.
Unbelievable. Or there was one he got ruled offside, didn't it? Like, the ref put his flag up and was like, he's going to score, and then the ref goes offside. And I'm like, yeah, it would be, innit? It would be offside. Like it is every single game. Yes, bruv. It's annoying.
Lonwabo, thank you very much for the super chat. On the question asked if Lukaku would be able to put away the chance like Kai Havertz did, I don't think he would have, Guni. He runs away from being an option to be passed to. Poor Lukaku, man, he's getting a hard rap. I really, really hope that he can turn around his form, turn it around and get some goal scoring form if he stays at the club. But now, I think it's time to move on to the main news about this bid that has been lodged by the Saudi media group. First of all, there has been some rumors on the value of this group altogether. I haven't seen the source, but it's floating around that they are worth around $1.4 trillion. And they have made a £2.7 billion bid for Chelsea Football Club. Now, the information that we're seeing on social media is that the person who is spearheading this bid is an actual Chelsea fan, has been sighted at Stamford Bridge, and does actually support and love the club, which is an extra bonus. Now, on top of this, what I've been hearing is the fact that if they were to own Chelsea Football Club, apparently, in terms of infrastructure wise, they have the best plan. They're looking to invest in the men's team. They're looking to invest in the women's team. They're looking to invest in just
The academy.
basically in the academy, in everything all round.
Yeah.
Now, this is the thing with this consortium. If rumors are to be believed, they'd be able to provide sponsors themselves for our club. That would be way more lucrative than anything we'd be able to get in the UK.
Yeah.
And to people that don't understand what that means, that translates to transfers, basically, for what people want to, for what everybody's interested in. Right now, if you look at the infrastructure, we are in a very, very good position despite the whole sanctions and what's going on. Put that to one side because we're already coming towards a solution for that. Currently, we are the Champions League holders, and we are still in the competition, mind you. Current world champions, UEFA Super Cup. We're in a good position to pick up Roman's vision and continue on what we've already built, but this time at a different level. But Younes, how are you feeling about this, bro? That's it.
No, bro, look, like you talked about sponsors, yeah. If this came in, like, we would actually get sponsored by the IMF. Like, that's how peak it would be. Like, the International Monetary Fund would actually end up sponsoring us. Like, these guys bail out countries. They're going to sponsor us. No, look, I'm being serious here, yeah. This would be huge. Now, in terms of the news that we are getting, with Chelsea sources, it seems to be so. This whole sales process seems to be so conflicting, because you're getting multiple people talk about Saudi media, including Nizar Kinsella, everyone, and their mother, and then you're getting Matt Law. Right now, they're both reliable, but one's saying one thing, the other saying another thing. So I'm like, okay, personally, my opinion, this is just me. I think Matt Law is pushing for this American consortium, Swiss, 100%. Whatever they are. He is blatantly biased towards that side. Now, some might argue.
Let's stay on that. Let's stay on that for a second, because I wanted to ask you, because it is also very possible that information is being fed directly from him, so he's being incentivized to push this agenda. There is always that. But go on.
But completely. And this is why I've been waiting for Matt Law, much like the others, to actually entertain other bids or other potential owners and try and see exactly which one is ahead of who. We haven't seen that from Matt. All we've seen is Wiss, Todd Bowie. Like, that's it, just those guys. In terms of the others, we're seeing loads of names pop up and all of that, but now Saudi media seem to be the number one story. So it's getting interesting. However, one thing that we know is bid that has been made and is on the table is Saudi media. That seems to be the first proper one. And if the others have been made, well, it hasn't been made public to us yet. So we'll wait and see. Well, it's going to be interesting. But if Saudi media actually got this, mate.
Well, let's see. So let's see.
Peak.
Let's see what the main source who has reported this has actually said. He goes by the name of Ben Jacobs. I have him on Twitter right here. And it says, he has a thread. I can confirm Saudi Media Group have made a £2.7 billion bid, in brackets $3.5 billion, offer to buy Chelsea Football Club. Mohammed El Khariji, I hope I pronounced that right, is a Chelsea fan and leading private consortium. There are no direct government links. So that would have been one of the stumbling blocks on any condition on buying the football club for most people, because they don't really want to be facing similar situations as to what's going on with Roman in case future sanctions are being pushed on others. So look, chances are as well, just off topic slightly, Chelsea might not be the only club that will go through this. This might be a reoccurring theme again and again in the future, because I think after this, owners are going to be looked at. I think so.
vetted completely.
But yeah, I'll continue with the tweet. So he continues to say there is support in finding funding and partners, but not financial backing, as far as I'm told, from Mohammed bin Khalid Al Saud. I don't know who that is. What's interesting about Khalid Al Saud is he's also chair of Saudi Telecom Company, the STC.
Yeah.
STC is state-owned, and Newcastle owners PIF still have shares in it despite selling some in December. Probably just a coincidence that another telecoms provider has a link in light of the three situation. The reason I say that is because STC couldn't be part of a consortium without significant issues. And if Chelsea do change shirt sponsor, it would most likely be NEOM or Saudi's new national airline. KSA's focus is to use sport to promote global tourism, not MENA business. Not sure what that means. But that's the full extent to what he has tweeted. Take from that what you will, but what we do know is that a bid has definitely gone through. And if rumors are to be believed that they are worth $1.4 trillion, that will make us the richest football club in Europe. So that apparently that would be more than Newcastle, PSG, Manchester City, you name it. Now, hypothetically, let's say this bid does go through in the next few days and this becomes our new ownership. What that completely changes the landscape on what we can do in the transfer window, what we can do to just expand Chelsea Football Club as a whole. Where do you think any group will be starting with?
Bro, it'd be, as I told you off air, it'd be 2003 all over again.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, we started that revolution. All right, we'll start another one, except this time on a much bigger scale. I think the first point would be to, if I'm being real, the stadium.
Yeah.
And to clarify that situation in terms of how you get to take the club to the next level almost immediately. But at the same time, in terms of what we can control right now, because a stadium you can't control right now. It's a process. Right now, contracts. Get those sorted immediately. Get Rudiger on the phone right now, basically, and sort that out. And then, get to Thomas Tuchel and see exactly what this team needs. That way, in the summer window, we're prepped, at least to go straight into business. But in the long run, of course, the stadium's going to be number one priority. And planning for the new season. We'll see how we end this one, but planning for the new season.
I mean, we've gone from... Well, some of us have gone from potential doom and gloom. I wasn't really too sucked into that because I just took things into context with Chelsea Football Club, for goodness sake. Someone's going to come and buy us. To now potentially hearing we could be the richest club in world football, especially as ironic it is, nobody thought when Newcastle got the takeover that anybody would even come close to them. And here we are in typical Chelsea fashion. Remember how we used to just pit players for Manchester United in our first regime? Yeah. Oh, so you think you've signed John Obi Mikel, have you? Cheers. Thank you very much. Oh, yeah. We want Robin? Yeah, we'll have him. Thank you very much. Oh, Arsenal, you want to give Ashley Cole a new contract? Oh, you don't want to give him an extra $5,000? We'll have him. Oh my gosh. I need to chill. Exeter 1985. Thank you very much for the super chat. Who gets the final decision on which bid is accepted? Does it go to a parliament vote since the British government has taken over? I have no idea what the answer to this is. Younes, you might know better than me.
Yeah, so basically, it won't go to a vote. You won't find the House of Commons voting. Do we accept this bidder as the new owner? Like, that won't happen. But what will happen? The Rain Group are still managing the sale. So that's the group that Roman Abramovich put forward to manage the sale. They are still managing the sale. So it's still going to be them that are going to choose which bid they want to go with. After that, then they need to let the government know and go, this is the buyer that we want. Can you give us the approval, please? And then, they will look into the work that Rain Group have done, and then they'll approve it or disapprove it if they think there's anything that's dodgy. But let's have it right. In terms of the interested parties that are there now, none of them will be looked at as dodgy. The Americans won't be looked at as dodgy. The Swiss won't be looked at as dodgy. The Saudis won't be looked at as dodgy, even though some people might think so because of, what's going on in Saudi and all of that. Trust me, but Boris was over there today getting an oil deal done. Right, we are.
This is written in the stars, mate. This is absolutely written.
You don't need to worry.
Yeah,
none of them will get told that it can't be done. It's going to be down to who can take the club forward. Simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely. I see the famous question has popped up again. Are you and Troop still cool? How come you're not on back again? Since it's a super chat, I'm gonna answer this real quick. I think I had to answer this last time with you, Younes.
Yeah, you did. Yeah,
that. Me and Troops is still cool. The families, we had dinner the other day at a restaurant called Del Frisco's, very nice steak restaurant. I was on his live stream the other day. We still talk. And why am I not on back again is because I've got this platform that I need to build. Will we ever be back on camera together again? That's up to you. That's something for you guys to find out later on. But the clues are there. The clues are all there. There was no beef between me and Troops whatsoever in terms of whether me and him will be on camera. Just keep tuning in and you'll see whether he's going to be on camera with me or not. But work it out. Work it out, people. I'm going to leave it at that. Right now, it's just about this Saudi bid, man. It's just literally, it's a game changer. And like you just said, Boris Johnson is already in the Middle East, getting some oil. Do you think this is a bit of kickback for the deals? It's just a bit of insurance.
Oh, what, the oil?
Yeah.
I don't think Boris could care less. But, I mean, look, interest will be interest. It's as simple as that. And, Boris is going to go out there and try and get some sort of deal done. There's no way. Say if Saudi media get the leading bid and Saudi media are the ones that get accepted, it'll go through. But much like all the others, depends who's going to be accepted. Now, obviously, all the bids are made, or the bids are going to be made by Friday. Saudi media will be one of them. Then it's going to be down to the Rain Group to pick who they want to go with.
Okay, so a few people in the chat are saying Simon Phillips has made an update because he's also been reporting on this.
He has. Simon Phillips. We spoke about the Premier League and the FA raising integrity concerns over the ticket ban.
No, this one's related to a consortium being fronted by the American Todd Bowley and the British property tycoon Jonathan Goldstein has emerged as the leading contender to buy Chelsea. So it's interesting times ahead. So the first thing I'll say is that we're not short of buyers.
We're not. There's 200 parties interested, apparently.
How many?
200.
200 parties. That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy.
It depends who puts their money on the table. And apparently Chelsea, the Rain Group, want cash offers by Friday.
Well, I can think of definitely a group who'll be able to do that with their eyes shut. Can you, Younes? Yeah, do you know what I mean? Can you think of someone who can come up with money that fast? Listen,
oil money.
If that's the case, but listen, again, this is if rumors are to be believed, because everything that comes out in the media, you've got to sift through. If there even is a deadline date, because if you do remember, when this was first kicking off, we had 5 days. Otherwise, we was going to be in administration and basically nuked out of existence. But here we are, still winning games. Bids are coming in. So you never know what's been reported. But Younes, I'm keeping an eye on the time. I know you said you only had half an hour, so I'm going to try and respect that. But first, before we leave, I'm going to say a massive thank you to everybody that did join us today in the chat. Your support, as always, is very much appreciated. And if you are new here, make sure you do subscribe and hit the like button as well. We're on the road to 10K. We just reached 6K last week, so thank you very much for that. Also, Younes's details and my details are down there in the description. They are all clickable links. All the work has been done for you. All you have to do is tap description, tap the link, and you're already there. Younes, before you leave, let the people them know what you have got coming up today, or if you've already done some uploads for today.
I mean, normally today's Monday. I'll do a Reddit Monday. But this news is going crazy. It's just a case of maybe focusing on the news for today. And then tomorrow will be a match preview for the Lille game. And then Wednesday is Lille away. So, yeah, we're going to be traveling by plane, not on a 7-seater, as Thomas Tuchel said he'd be driving. But, covering that. And then we keep tabs on this. As we said, the deadline is Friday. And then we look forward to more fixtures. So, it's gonna get interesting.
Absolutely. And yeah, definitely smash the notification bell on as well, so you know what's coming up, and follow the social media so you know what's coming up. But definitely, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, make sure you do stay safe. Bless